endlessly versatile actor plays a reserved widow who hires a sex worker in this enjoyably subversive but not quite believable romp-tee. He-Word's British sex comedy will strike an icy chill into the heart of anyone raised on a diet of Brian Rix's trouser-losing theatrical farces and films such as Carry On Camping and Confessions of a Window Cleaner. Yet despite such a blush-inducing heritage, the inelegantly named Good Luck to You, Leo Grande manages to keep one foot firmly on the floor of enjoyably progressive entertainment, even as it dances around a peculiarly British minefield in which anxiety and openness about intimacy collide. Directed by Sophie Hyde from an often hilarious, if somewhat theatrical script by Katie Brand, this stagey two-hander presents a chaptered series of hotel room encounters between an uptight, recently widowed woman and an unfeasibly lovable, handsome young sex worker. "I don't like anything going into places where things are meant to come out," deadpans Emma Thompson's Nancy, a retired RE teacher who has never had an orgasm and now has a list of attainable goals that she'd like to get through to see what all the fuss was about. Having only ever slept with her husband, Nancy's knowledge of sex work comes largely from the Wikipedia-copied essays of her students for whom the question, should it be legalized, was a regular set topic. Meanwhile, the titular erudite service provider has mummy issues that dovetail neatly with his jittery client's own parental shortcomings, something that will become apparent during their extracoital exchanges, which form the backbone of the drama. It's no surprise that the endlessly versatile Thompson should be note-perfect in a tragicomic role that requires her to declare, "I don't want an old man, I want a young one," before swiftly admitting, "I'm just a seedy old pervert. I feel like Rolf Harris." There's the merest hint of death in Venice about her infatuation with youth, a reminder of the grief she feels for the time she has wasted and the erotic spark of the time she has left. "I want to play at being young again," she tells her paid-for paramour, explicitly stating the film's barely hidden subtextual intertwining of La Petite Mort with an awareness of impending mortality. At times, I was reminded of the broad, physically awkward comedy of the Vanessa Taylor-scripted Hope Springs. In particular, the scene in which Meryl Streep ends up distractedly eating the banana she's taken into the bathroom to research oral sex. There's even an unexpected echo of Leonard Rossiter's Rigsby from Rising Damp about Thompson's performance, at least in the early scenes, over-loquacious, physically fiddlesome, befuddled by attraction, yet somehow lacking empathy, as if talking to herself. Something that will change as she mellows over the course of the drama. As for McKees, McCormack's endlessly accommodating gigolo, he's described as some sort of sex saint, a master of the menopause. Too good to be true. When Thompson asks, "Are you real?" the answer, of course, is that he is not. Leo's profession may call for convincing roleplay, but McCormack and Thompson are also dexterous actors playing characters into whom I confess I never quite bought. Compare this screen couple with Anne Reid and Daniel Craig in Roger Michel's The Mother, and the air of performative artifice becomes all the more apparent. None of which is to say that, good luck to you, Leo Grande isn't admirably subversive and enjoyably whimsical fare, a quality amplified by Stephen Rennicks's score, which flits lightly between laughter and tears while keeping things firmly in the easy listening register. This is the archive of The Observer up until 21/4/2025. The Observer is now owned and operated by Tortoise Media. These days, I only have one rule when it comes to New Year resolutions. Do not, under any circumstances, write them down. Don't put them on social media or on a post-it note stuck to your bathroom mirror or in the notes section of your phone. Chances are high you won't keep your resolutions, but as long as you don't write them down, chances are equally high you'll have no memory of making them by next December. I've learned there is simply no point in negotiating with future you, this person who no longer shares your goal to write a play or to read 50 books in a year. Don't let their failure be your failure. Besides, if you only manage to read 9 books in 2026, you'll still be 9 books less stupid than you were in 2025.